Have you seen the stunning evening skies lately? You know, when Venus and Jupiter come together in the evening, there is almost nothing quite as celestially beautiful as that combination. And it means good things for us this week as well. Gemini friends, this week's astro weather is sending its great blessings directly to your area of finances and self-worth. So you can expect opportunities to come your way this week around money, resources, and recognizing your own value. Let's find out more. Don't forget, Gemini, that this video forecast is for your sun, moon, and your rising sign. You can check out all three at the videos here at Guiding Star Astrology, and they will tell you how the stars are going to affect your life this week. I'm Kesenya, and welcome to this week's Astro News and Weather Report for the second week of June 2026. Well, really the biggest event this week, and it's a beautiful event astronomically, so do get out in the evenings and have a look at the conjunction in the sky of Jupiter and Venus, which will occur around the 9th to the 10th of June, depending where you are in the world, at 25 degrees of Cancer. This is another beautiful transit to soothe our weary souls, my friends. This is an energy that can actually attract luck into our life in the region that Cancer governs in your chart. Now, that could be in the form of financial support, emotional upliftment. It could look like falling in love or falling in love all over again with our partner, as the case may be, depending on your circumstances. Or it can also represent an expansion of your desires. It's all for our blessing this week, and aren't we ready for it? Let's take a bit of a deeper look at this combination of energies. Why this occurring in Cancer makes this an extra special conjunction, because the sign matters enormously this time around. Jupiter is only in Cancer every 12 years, and he's in his exaltation sign when he's there. So this is considered to be one of the most genuinely abundant Venus-Jupiter meetings in years. And we all know in astrological tradition, when there's a planet in its exaltation sign, it's said to perform at its very best and to even uplift the other planets around it. So Jupiter's in his sign of exaltation. It's going to bring out the finest qualities of Jupiter. Now, Jupiter in Cancer is creative, intuitive, generous, abundant, and very protective and supportive. Jupiter is actually the great protector of the solar system. Quite literally in astronomy, he sucks all the asteroids and debris in the outer solar system into his magnetosphere, which is enormous, and gobbles it all up, so we don't suffer from too much celestial debris in the inner solar system where we reside here on Earth. So thanks be to Jupiter for his protective qualities. Hence, I believe there's an association between Jupiter and Cancer. Perhaps that's the reason why he's exalted there. There is an association with protectiveness. Jupiter, the great protector of the inner solar system. Cancer, the great mother protective energy of that sign. Now, Venus in Cancer, what's that all about? Venus, when she's in Cancer, favors emotional safety over excitement, depth over flirtation, and home-centered intimacy over public displays of her usual romance. So it's a good time to deepen existing relationships under this transit, and any new relationships that's abound are out of Venus-Jupiter conjunction. And Venus-Jupiter conjunction was one of the reasons my husband and I got together. You need to have looked at our astrology for that, and I do have a video all about our astrological meeting available in the Patreon family. But any new connections that form with Venus conjunct with Jupiter will feel sort of familiar very quickly, like you've known this person longer than you actually have. You've seen them somewhere before, or met them somewhere before, and maybe you existed together in another lifetime. You know what? This is actually the second Venus-Jupiter conjunction in the sign of Cancer. The first one occurred back in August 2025, and as Jupiter prepares to leave Cancer for another 12 years, he won't be back in his exaltation for 12 years, more's the pity. This conjunction carries an energy with it of fruiting and fulfillment. So we've had the first conjunction in August 2025. This is the second and the last conjunction for another 12 years. So we have to stop and think, what was going on in our lives last August? And how are those themes somehow repeating or culminating or reaching their fruition for us now? If you keep a diary, which is so handy when you're studying astrology, if you keep a diary, you can refer back and see what was prominent in your life at that time. But in plain terms, this conjunction is the moment that blesses the heart, the home, family bonds, and emotional intimacy in a really big way. The two benefics uniting in the sign of Cancer. I'll tell you a little bit about the mythologies of these two planets. Most of us do know the stories of Zeus or Jupiter from Greek mythology, but did you know that in Latin, Jupiter is called Jove, and it's the root word for jovial, happiness, joy. And so Jupiter has always been associated with joy, but also good fortune and good company. His sacred bird was the eagle. And so oftentimes if you see an eagle in some important way in your life, if an eagle shows up, it's an omen from Zeus or an omen from Jupiter. It has Jupiter energy. The oak tree was also sacred to Jupiter as well. In fact, priests at his temple in Dodona would divine the future by listening to the wind moving through the sacred grove of oaks at that temple. I have to share with you just because it gives me joy. My husband and I got married in an oak forest when we got married, and it was truly a very special, spiritual, beautiful time. We actually saw eagle omens on that day, which I just thought was glorious. Now, Venus mythology, or otherwise known as Aphrodite, she was born from the sea foam. There's a bit of a background story to that, but I won't go into that here. She's the goddess of love. She's the goddess of beauty and desire. Arguably, she's the most mythologically magnetic figure in the ancient Parthenon. Everybody loves the story of the beautiful Venus. But ancient sources noted that in certain cults, Jupiter was actually worshipped in close association with Venus. They were kind of 2 for 1 in many ways, reflecting this long-standing mythological pairing of two benefic divine forces. So here they are meeting in Cancer, almost at the projected degree of fixed star Procyon. Now they're meeting at 25 degrees. Procyon's projected degree is 26 degrees of Cancer. And this carries its own meanings. Whenever we see Venus crossing the projected degree of Procyon on the ecliptic, we can see in our environment, or if we're born with this placement, we might see a lot of it in our lives generally, that we get a lot of benefits from influential friends. They back us up, they support us, they put their money where their mouth is. Our friends come to our aid. It's also, Venus with Procyon is very favorable for gain. And we may see this around the 9th or 10th of June. You might be more prone to be able to receive gains and benefits. It's also time to receive favors and benefits from friends and acquaintances, and time for you to leave your mark on the world around the 9th or 10th in some way. Now, some people will see more success in their lives if they are working in fields to do with religious affairs or sports or politics. In fact, a lot of politicians do have Procyon prominent in their chart, for better or for worse. But this conjunction is a good one for financial gain when Venus is there. Now, when Jupiter is in a conjunction with Procyon, it can give us an inclination to travel. We might have many journeys. We might go on a big long trip. We can also see when Jupiter is here that sometimes it triggers some troubles from our relatives, or troubles from the church, or trouble with the law. So do keep that in mind. But despite all these potential troubles with Jupiter here, we also get help from friends when Jupiter is with Procyon. They come to our rescue once again. It's time when Jupiter transits across Procyon to embrace your own determination. And if you are a mature person, Jupiter with Procyon can bring about the manifestation of profit and success. People who are less high vibrational might find themselves entangled in some sort of legal upheavals. So my prayer for everybody is that they're going for the high vibe energy and receiving the benefits of the divine. So Gemini friends, the cosmos is directing its generosity straight at your wallet this week and at your sense of self-worth. This is targeting the conjunction of Jupiter and Venus in your second house, conjuncting here in one of the financial areas of the sky, and these two very benefic financial planets bring financial benefits to your wealth and prosperity. This is actually one of the most financially blessed transits that you can experience. How wonderful. Money, resources, and abundance are flowing with an ease that feels almost too good to be true, almost suspicious. This is the fruit, actually, of your previous hard work. It is good karma arriving in your life in tangible, material form. So receive it graciously rather than questioning it. Financial opportunities deserve some serious consideration during this week, and any investments that you make, particularly anything to do with Venusian things, anything that is beautiful, has a high quality about it, is a luxury item, artistic, and food-based investments can go very well for you. Also, copper is ruled by Venus too. They actually carry a real cosmic backing this week if you're investing in those sorts of things. Now, your natural charm is also amplified, my beautiful Gemini friends, in ways that make you particularly persuasive and attractive in any negotiations that you're having or in a financial conversation. So maybe it's time to go and approach that bank manager. Now, for those of you who like to dig a little deeper with their astrology, Venus is the lord of the 5th house and the 12th house meeting in your 2nd house. So this does have a lot of financial bearing, even the fact that these are two benefic planets in your financial quarter aside. The 5th house is good luck. 12th house is things from the past. So this really does look like a good karmic reward unfolding in your life this week in a material way with some good luck attached to it. Jupiter is the lord of the 7th house and the 10th house, two angular houses for a Gemini rising sun or moon person. And of course, that means that a lot of this stuff that I've been talking about, this luck, this prosperity, this good financial situation this week is coming through your collaborations and partnerships, 7th house energy. Any good contracts that might come up are worth, as I said, considering seriously because Jupiter rules the house of contracts in your chart, but also through your career. So career collaborations go well this week. It's a good week for joining forces with somebody to put your offering out to the world. Also, you might find that this benevolence that I've been talking about is coming due to some legacy that you've been creating, a project you've been working on perhaps for quite some time that could now be really starting to reap rewards this week in your life. So, my dear Gemini friends, if you would like a reading with me where we go deep into your chart, I want to let you know that places have now opened up for connecting with me in July, but they're filling fast. So if you would like to join forces with me and collaborate with me in looking at your chart and what its potentials are, head to the link in the description if you would like a personal analysis of your chart and support for your life situation. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video to help us reach more people with the Astro good news and to curb that pesky algorithm to help all the astrologers out there on YouTube.